Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Put your sunglasses on. This card's gonna be bright. All right, yay! Trinity Stamps Slimline Die, not too shabby shop. And I love these. I use them. I'm like addicted. Anyways, I had some problems here, but it's no big deal. If you snip off the side that seemed to have plenty of space, then you can kind of just back and forth the other ones off. All right, I'm keeping all my banners together so I can just die cut 3 at a time. And if you tape those two together, this is what you get. You get a panel and a frame, and that's exactly what I needed. That's why I've been wanting this. And I used an extended cutting plate there. My regular plates weren't gonna work, but they work for the banners. Let's emboss some petals, make them extra pretty. So I don't emboss often because I kind of think it's a pain, and I'm a fast crafter, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I'm very glad I did it. All right, so I'm not going to torture you with all of this, but I did emboss the petals. All right, let's stamp out this adorable gnome from Trinity Stamps as well. I had to have it. Look, let the ink kiss the paper. Like, you can do other things like clean up your mess and just let them meet and be friends. Yeah, and you get a good stamp. All right, here I'm actually going to use my color swatches because there's really no other way to use Spectrum Noir markers. And I'm going to pick out, all my colors. I want my little gnome to be a dark-skinned brother, so he's going to be these 3 colors. And you can see here I've got to skip colors to find the right ones. All right, 5 seconds of complaining. Why are so many of these colors the same color? Like the blues are just like in deficit, but whatever. All right, so here are my colors. You can screenshot it if you have the same markers, otherwise we can move on. So I'm not gonna leave all the coloring in here because I'm like a child. I'm just having fun. I try not to overthink it. Look, this card will either be saved and loved and cherished for a week or 6 months or something like that, or this card will be thrown in the trash with banana rinds and band-aids. So I'm not going to stress about it, to be completely honest. Which for me, if I got real uber particular about my coloring, that for me would be stress, so I'm not going to do it. But I do have fun coloring, and I chose to use my Spectrum Noir markers today because my paper I'm working with is so bright, and so I knew I needed the saturation of color. I typically choose watercolor, and I could have made it work for sure, but I have the markers, I might as well use them. All right, I'm almost done here. I'm just showing you, I'm just kind of doing the finishing touches here. And I think this guy, first of all, my father, God rest his soul, his favorite flower was sunflowers, and he always had them planted around the house. So I think that's part of the reason why this guy was a must. Okay, most appropriate named gel pen of all time. This is Stardust, and I love it. One tip I'll give you is if you don't go crazy and put it on everything, it really does make a nice highlight. And I really just wanted to highlight the sunflowers and nothing else. All right, let's build a card, shall we? So you probably haven't seen my other videos just based on the analytics. I'm going to guess that. But I use mushroom boxes. Oh, we're vegans around here, and we eat a lot of vegetables, so I have a lot of mushroom boxes. There's my slimline dimensions. You might have seen that in a past video. And this is some Fun Stamper's Journey cardstock. It is so thick and nice and wonderful, and I loved that color. Had to have it. All right. So really, we are going to build a card. I promise. We're getting there. But I think I need to do some ink blending. Oh, I have to. I can't help myself. Okay, I'm such a child of the 80s that neon colors make me so happy. But I just wanted a little bit of dimension, and that's why I did the ink blending. I also did splatter, and I splattered my whole entire card base inside and out. And then I also splattered that panel that I had ink blended, but I did not splatter my frame or ink blend it. I wanted it to be that bright neon green. All right, and now this is looking right to me. So I'm going to slap that baby down with some glue. And see, I told you we were going to build this card. It's happening. It's just, 50 steps first. So for this card, because it's so bright and bold, I went for some symmetry to make it a little easier on the eye. That's a little gardening hack, actually. Like, you can have as many different varieties of plants as you want in your garden. If you add a little symmetry, it'll make it easier to relax and enjoy. So yeah, little extra tip. All right, I love this banner. I'm gonna struggle with this banner, but we're gonna get there. This is gonna be successful. It's gonna happen. So one thing I would suggest before you go cutting your banner off is to stamp your sentiment so you know how much of your banner you can cut off. I didn't do that, but that's okay. It all worked out. So this sentiment comes with a little gnome. Look on the bright side. I know I need to do that more often. And the inside of this card, I'm pretty sure I'm going to send it out and it's going to say, look on the bright side, 2020 is almost over. Because that's how I feel. All right. So I did some embossing here as well. And my word side and my butterfly didn't do so hot. So I left this in here to show you. I used my finger tool and rubbed off the dry embossing powder. I melted everything that worked on the first impression, and then I just inked up the word side and the butterfly for my second impression, and boom, success. Now here's the next struggle with this banner coming right up. All right, foam tape, not a problem. Everything's good. I actually wish I would have just left it just like this. I think it would have been awesome. However, I'm determined to use those little ends for the banner. But here's the thing. To me, here's what I think. Well, first, I'm like, okay, that's going to cover up too much flowers. Let me cut the butterflies off. Okay, cool. To me, if you just glue this like this, I'm about to show you, that just looks like two pieces of paper that you made a mistake. It doesn't give you the dimension that these types of banners are supposed to represent, right? So give it some dimension between the top of the banner and the back of the banner. And this is what we have. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. I needed this brightness, this beauty. I just love it so much. And I hope you do too. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. Here's a little close-ups. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.